24.
24? I had a meeting with my supervisor on this day, so I had to rush to get to a cafe. It was literally at 5:30 and I knocked off at 5. And given the fact that there's traffic, I figured it would be best to just have it at a cafe. It went well, and I started planning out like my dates for my submission and looking at what dates are available for me to submit my proposal. Hi guys, hope you guys are well. I just want to explain Monday, the clip that you saw. So on Monday I had a meeting with my supervisor because I still am planning to submit. My skin is peeling for some odd reason. Hey, I'm still planning on submitting my proposal. Didn't submit as I intended to in the beginning of the year because things happened. I had to get a new supervisor and stuff. Yeah, so that's sorted. I just submitted my memorandum of understanding with my supervisor that we've come to. So my co-supervisor now is my supervisor, my main supervisor, and I don't have a co-supervisor, I just have one supervisor now. And well, I just have to go back and review all the comments that she's left and send it back to her, and then write down some interview questions for my research that I'm gonna ask my interviewees, so that when I submit everything and it goes to ethics clearance, for ethics clearance, I just have all of those things like sorted. And yeah, that's basically that. And I'm still trying to find a way to balance studying in between work. I know for a fact that it's not working for me to try and squeeze it into like after work and stuff, because I find that I'm very tired. So what I can try to do is at least get some reading done during the week, and then have Saturdays and Sundays be purely for research. I feel like that works the best. But then also my thing is that if there are things that we want to do on Saturday and Sunday, I will not say no. And that's on me, and that's on, like, I just need to be more mindful and more strict and more self-disciplined. In all honesty, I just need to be more self-disciplined, but I'm working on that. Hope you guys are having a good year, and I hope everything goes well. Like, the year is not, it's not going the way I had thought, but it's not horrible either. But it's just like, yeah, I guess this is what real life is, really, is what I'm coming to terms with. And also, I still have to register. I'm registered, I just have to pay for my fees. I don't know if I have a bursary this year. If I don't, that's like, it's fine. It's not the biggest train smash. I'll just have to pay for my fees. And if I do get a bursary, then I can just like, claim that money back that I paid already. So we'll see. Whatever happens, happens. And it's God's will, man, at the end of the day. So yesterday, I went out on a date. Obviously, didn't vlog it because it's a stranger, and also because it's a stranger. Now, I don't want them to know about this situation I have going on. I don't know, for some odd reason, I've just removed everything in relation to my YouTube off of everything. Like, it was in my bio and stuff on my YouTube and whatever. On my Instagram, removed it. Now that I know people in this industry and everything, I don't want them to know my life like that. It's so weird to me. But obviously someone is bound to come across it. Also, look at how skew my glasses are. The story of my life. My glasses. I need new glasses, basically. That's what I can say. I just digressed so much from the main point that I was making, but that thing made me think about how I don't think I have adult conversations. I mean, I have serious conversations, but I don't have adult conversations all the time, right? With people that I know. I'm not saying to my friends that we don't have adult conversations, we do, but like all of those conversations were adult conversations. Like, it felt too serious, and I was like sitting there like, why are these conversations so serious? I don't know how else to describe it except for that. And yeah, that's that. Like, it was giving very much finance, and a lot of this person's point of views was like finance orientated, and I'm not finance orientated, so half of the time I was just like, okay, not that like the points were invalid, but it was just okay. Like, yeah, that's all I can say. Like, yeah, anyways, that's all I can say about it so far. Thinking about getting yourself a foot peel, this is what you're gonna go through.
Slow down, hold on tight now. It's okay to meet me at the front line. I've got cold feet, winter drives me wild. Fly down on the Friday. I was meant to meet you at your mom's house.
It's fucking exciting.
Apologize. I got a pocket.
I don't want to get to say
Things to say, and it turns out you've got one too. And dinner's gone cold, I don't care. We talk till
James?
no sleep, 'cause you drive me wild.
Tears, partly because of the images and also looking at the photographer's vision at night. So for me, Ernest Cole, he is an unquestionable intimate. He's an unquestionable and intimate of Black life. And you can clearly see in how he had photographed. So I wanted to
just commend that. I think, to go to my first point, that House of Bondage is an American project. That can sound incredibly parochial. If you do read the text in this book, it will tell you a little bit about the history of the text in this book. The original edition has an introduction by a New York Times journalist, Joel Lelyfeld, who was expelled from South Africa in the 60s. He, with Ernest Cole, produced a number of pieces for the New York Times that were the first instance of publication of the photographs that eventually arrived in here. And he also wrote the introduction. The text in here is written by an editor for Life magazine, Thomas Flatley, who interviewed Ernest Cole and quotes him often direct, but it's his text. In this book, they revealed that Ernest actually approached the poet Kirapetsi Koketsile to write the text. And then, as happens, as there are artists in the audience, the publisher changed their mind, so Ernest avoided Kirapetsi. Because he felt shamed. But it's important to recognize that who's speaking here. Ernest's photographs are in here, but they're also mediated by other voices, American voices. And that is a criticism, but it's actually a criticism that's a bridge to a larger point. There's a longer, granular history of exchange between South Africa and the United States. For the first 26 years of my life, I was one of 13.5 million black people who live, or should I say exist, under a system that takes away their rights as human beings and uses them as things to do the menial labor for some 3.5 million whites who control the government, the economy, the army, the police of the fifth richest nation in the world. He then talks about his reason for making the book.
So after this run, then you should price it to get a couple because right.
Oh my god! This is my form of shopping now.
It's like I'm
So
reading,
cute.
but I'm not cold.
I like that.
Gave some insta.
There was no point in him being there.
It was more just because he was a representation of the family.
Few days off, I could show you my good side. If you got the time, I could stay for a while before the sun goes down. Would you meet me in the sunlight?
After work, we went to Baked. I got this Cosmopolitan, if I remember correctly, and it was actually quite good. I'm not a vodka drinker. The guy recommended it, and he said it was one of their best selling. It was really good. I drank it like it was juice. That was not safe. Then we went to this restaurant. I wanted to try dumplings. I had never had dumplings in my life, and these were good.
Would you meet me in the sunlight?
So the other day I had a realization, and my realization, like, I'm not dumb, I'm not dumb, but I was like, nah, let me wait until someone says something to me before like I overreact or something like that. It turns out I didn't overreact. So I moved out here and stuff for this job per se. Also, I think it's more so for me, and I think life in general, just because this is what I keep saying I want. Life had to find a way of getting me here, is what I mean, right? And yeah, I'm not working. As of next month, I'm not working. Oh my gosh, you can really tell I wear glasses. Look at that. As of next month, I'm not working at this place anymore, right? That's fine. I'm sad about it, but I'm also kind of like I'm okay with not working there, because I feel like I was not learning anything that was of value to me. I feel like I had nothing to do there, so there was no point in me being there. I could have utilized that time in different ways. So because of that, I'm okay with it, but I'm not okay because I'm kind of like questioning what it is exactly that I want to do with myself, with my life, and things like that. And I guess That's what I'm gonna have to figure out. Life is interesting though, because like one thing happens and you think, oh, everything makes sense and this is what I'm supposed to do, or this is where I'm supposed to be in my life. And then when you go through the experience, all those experiences, you're just like, but I don't feel as excited as I did about the whole thing. And that's perfectly normal. But I hate the part where you're constantly questioning whether or not a decision is right for you, even if it lands in your lap and like everything seems to be showing you that that's the right decision, but then you figure out that it's not. I think it's also, I was in a state of panic because I felt like I wasn't prioritizing my research, and now I can get the chance to do that. I literally haven't touched my research, and I'm grateful for that. But it's like, it's kind of not nice also to find yourself in a position like this, because to a certain extent I wasn't really relying on other people but myself, and I liked that aspect of it. And now I'm back to like being dependent on my parents, which is, I mean, I'm quite fortunate because they can do that for me, but I would prefer to depend on myself. Anyways, yeah, I am 24 years old and my first proper adult job. I'm jobless, but I'm doing my master's, and that's how life is going right now. Whatever happens after this, I guess we'll see. But you know what's funny? I kept saying to myself, I kept making this joke with my cousin of, at this point, given how everything has, like, this year hasn't been the greatest year for me. Well, the start of it's still March, literally, but it's not, I wouldn't say it has been the greatest, like I'd be lying to myself. But what I said to my cousin was, at this point, if I take one more L, I'm gonna need God himself to come and speak to me and tell me what's going on, because there's just no way.
To 24.
24?